Halogenation proceeds by a free radical chain mechanism involving three steps. First is initiation, the second is propagation, and the third one is termination. Let's understand now with chemistry perspective. First one, initiation. What's happening? The moment free radical comes into your mind, I'm sure homolytic cleavage is something that certainly comes in your mind, right? So look at the homolytic cleavage that is going to happen. Of course, since chlorination I am talking about right here. So halogenation, right now I am making it specific. I am talking about chlorination. Okay? So we have, of course, Cl, single bond Cl. H nu, so there is homolysis. So there will be this homolytic cleavage. You know how to show homolytic cleavage like this. Each of the atoms gets one electron on its head, which we call free radical. So we got chlorine free radicals. Okay. So homolytic cleavage of chlorine molecule takes place in the presence of heat or light. Take a look. We have chlorine, right? Cl, single bond Cl. We have light falling on the chlorine. Okay. And the energy is sufficient for homolytic cleavage to happen, and we get chlorine free radicals. Now these are going to create a havoc, let me tell you. They will create a mess for sure, right? They're not going to, stop anywhere soon. But let's understand one very keen question, that why is chlorine free radical and not alkyl free radical or hydrogen free radical formed in the initiation step or in the initial step, right? So this is the three free radical steps that we are talking about. Free radical mechanism may have three steps. The initiation one, we are starting with chlorine free radical or any of the halogen free radicals for that matter, but not hydrogen free radical, or we are not even starting with alkyl free radical. So the reason, wherever such questions are asked, I'm sure there's one thing that should strike your mind immediately is the bond strength. That plays a major role. Absolutely major role. Check this out. Chlorine-chlorine bond is weaker. Of course. Was it not common sense? So chlorine-chlorine bond is weaker than carbon-carbon. Carbon-carbon is one of the strongest bonds. You know that. That's why the whole organic chemistry is something that you study. And carbon-hydrogen bonds are also so strong. So it is easier to break chlorine-chlorine bond rather than a carbon-hydrogen or a carbon-carbon bond. So of course, we know that. Why are we talking about the free radicals of halogen rather than any other, right? Now that we have chlorine free radical formed, there is going to be havoc. So let's now see the propagation step. We know that chlorine free radicals have been formed, right? What after that? Propagation. So the second step towards the halogenation mechanism, see what's happening. We have chlorine free radical. Now it is capable of even this CH4. So it's going to form methyl free radical, and HCl is getting formed. Methyl free radical reaction has been propagated. You can see that there is a free radical now present, and there are already chlorine free radicals present. So there can be CCl bond formed, and of course, this is never ending process. It keeps propagating. So Cl free radical attacks CH4, takes the reaction forward, breaking the CH bond to generate methyl free radical along with HCl. So though we are not able to get a alkyl free radical, or we are not able to get hydrogen free radical in the initiation step, but nevertheless we are getting it in the propagation step. Please check, we are getting the methyl free radical, right? And this methyl free radical attacks the second molecule of chlorine to form CH3Cl and release another chlorine free radical, right? So what is happening? This methyl free radical, Cl single bond Cl, ready to break always as compared to everybody else, right? And this methyl free radical wants now this chlorine so that CH3Cl can be formed, and yet again we are getting chlorine free radical again, right? So now please understand that this methyl free radical formed in step 1 and chlorine free radical in step 2 repeat step 1 and 2, thereby setting up a chain of reactions. CH4, Cl, methyl free radical, HCl, this methyl free radical, more chlorine, right? CH3Cl, again Cl free radical. Just like you know that one infected person can infect many other, this chlorine free radical is going to react with methane, produce alkyl free radical. This alkyl free radical, the healthiest of all, also got infected, can infect others. And this is ever going. This is like non-stop kind of a thing. So please understand, step 1 and 2 have more focus since they produce the principal product CH3Cl, right? There can be other species also that can be formed. For example, look at this, CH3Cl can react with chlorine free radical further to give you CH2Cl with carbon as a the carbon having a free radical on it, and HCl, and this can further react to give you CH2Cl2. You also know that we can have CHCl3 also. You know that we can have CCl4 also. But because we are talking about the primary product, CH3Cl, hence my focus was on showing you CH3Cl formation from the step 1 and 2, right? But you know that there are other possible products also, right? Right? Steps are also possible which may generate more highly halogenated products. Now, of course, to every evil story, there has to be a termination. There has to be an end. So is here. So let's see what is going to happen. Look at the two chlorine-free radicals. Chlorine-free radicals, they combine together. Okay? CH3 free radical may combine together to give you ethane. What else? CH3 free radical may combine with chlorine to give you CH3Cl. Right? Look at this. To every story we are giving an end. We are giving a soulmate to every one of them. Right? So that there is a happy ending. Organic believes in happy ending here. But the reason should also be high definition, crystal clear, that how is this termination coming into existence? So termination can be because of two reasons. Number one, the reaction stops after some time due to consumption of reactant. Everything has been consumed. Nothing is left. No more chlorine-free radical can be formed. What else? Now everybody will manage in whatever free radicals are present because free radicals are reactive. Right? These odd electron species are very, very reactive. The immediate response will be, if there is any other free radical present, let's just bond with them. And of course, because you know that there are side reactions happening. I just showed you different side reactions. Let's take a look at them once again. So there can be chlorine free radical combining with chlorine free radical to give you Cl2. CH3 free radical combining with CH3 free radical to give you ethane. And these are called byproducts. Okay? And CH3Cl, because we are talking about halogenation of alkane, our product of consideration is the haloalkane that we are getting, which is CH3Cl, and rest all are our byproducts. So here product is formed, but free radicals are consumed, hence chain is terminated. Just like in our COVID-19 case, or in the case of any virus, proper social distancing, wearing mask, and maybe the introduction of vaccine has and will terminate the virus. Be it any virus, it should come to an end. There should be an end, the termination to every evil story. Just like here,